It's Teresa from Life Beyond Diabetes. And today I am answering a question that somebody asked me specifically this week. And that question was, is it okay to exercise before eating breakfast? So they wanted to know if it's okay to get up, fasting blood sugars falling somewhere in the low 100s, and is it okay to exercise before you eat? And my answer is, well, it depends. Um, like almost everything in diabetes, it's very individualized what's okay and what's not. But for most people, absolutely it's fine to exercise without without eating first. Um, the main exception to that is going to be if you're taking a medication that is either insulin, which you would know if you're taking insulin, or another one of the medications that makes your body release its own insulin. So that class of drugs is called a sulfonylurea, and those are drugs like glyburide and glipizide, and they can sometimes be in combination with metformin. So, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the names of what those are in combination with metformin. But if you are taking a drug that sometimes gives you low blood sugar and doesn't just normalize your blood sugar, you need to be very careful about I don't want to discourage you from exercise, but you do need to be very careful about exercising um, when there's a chance you might go low. Um, so that's the only caution I would say about exercising prior to eating. Um, and what I will say about um, exercising first thing in the morning, I personally, that's when I exercise. And what I found, and this is, there's actually some data that supports this, is it's an excellent time because it improves your insulin resistance. And the research is showing that improvement in your insulin resistance stays with you for many hours following your exercise session. So if you're going to be exercising in the morning, you're getting improved insulin resistance throughout the day. So it's an excellent time to exercise. I would also recommend that that you use this as an opportunity to learn about how your blood sugar reacts to exercise and eating, and play with the variables a little bit. Now, sometimes it's hard to get a hold of test strips. I know they can be very expensive. If you can get your medical provider to prescribe extra test strips, that's very convenient. Um, and sometimes there are less expensive meters that you can find that you can get for when you're kind of trying out some of the testing with it's generally not the meters that are expensive, it's generally the test strips. So um, if you're having difficulty finding, getting your insurance to cover as many test strips as it takes to experiment with your blood sugar and what happens when you eat various things and when you exercise, you can shop around to find some good deals on some of the at some of the pharmacies on the off-brand test strips. And by the way, those work just as well as some of the name brand ones do. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to kind of play around with your seeing what happens, what you do is you just kind of do things differently. Do something for a week, kind of test your blood sugar before you exercise, in the middle of exercise, after you exercise, an hour later, see what happens. Then change it up. Maybe next week you have a little snack before you exercise. Look at the numbers again. Change it up again until you find what works best for your blood sugar and also best for your preferences. So remember, this is about finding a way that you can live for the rest of your life. So, it's finding the balance between what's going to be the right treatment for your diabetes, but also make you feel pretty great. So, if you don't like exercising first thing in the morning, that doesn't mean you need to be a person that suddenly gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go exercising without having breakfast. If that's what you like to do, let's figure out how to do that. So, I think that's all I have to say about exercising first thing in the morning prior to breakfast. Is experiment. It's probably not dangerous for you as long as you are not taking one of those drugs that increases your insulin. or as long as you're not taking insulin. And if you are, then you need to be making sure that you are taking a meter with you and something in case your blood sugar does go low, so that you can rescue yourself from a low. And if you are taking one of those drugs, your medical provider should have talked with you about how to treat a low. Um, that is it for today. I will see you tomorrow at 2:30 Pacific, when I will be back in my kitchen. It's quite warm where we are today, and I'm guessing it will be tomorrow as well. So I will probably be cooking something that does not involve me turning on my oven. So nice little summer snack. So I will see you tomorrow, and have a lovely weekend if you don't come in tomorrow. Bye.